Welcome to Tennis Intention. Today we're going to talk about the character and the intention. Because there are different between character and intention. What is the intention? The intention is the road that you believe. I believe that I can do this, and this is an intention. But what is the character? The character is the ability that you have to keep that intention in focus. It means if I have a goal, this is my intention. If I keep the decision to reach that goal, is the character. That is the character. But this video is not just to explain what is the character and what is the intention. This video is to explain that the worst mistake that you can do in tennis is when you have an intention and you leave the intention. So you break the character. Let me give you an example. If you make a mistake, then you make another mistake, but you want to do, I don't know, one cross ball and one straight ball in the point, and you already make two mistakes doing that. There is two possibilities. You can leave the plan, or you can stay on the plan. Let's explain both choices. If you leave the plan, this is the worst mistake that you can make. Why? Because you have a road and you break it. So your character was not strong enough and then you leave it. And this is the worst case that you can do. Actually, this option is the everyone takes in a match. They have a plan. The plan doesn't go, they leave the plan. What happened? That you have an intention, then your character cannot hold this plan, and then you leave the plan. But let's do the opposite. The option B is that when you have an intention, you make a mistake and you stay in your same plan. You don't never leave the plan. What happened with that? That now your character gets value. Because the value as a player is not your shot, it's not the way you hit, it's not the way you move. It's the way that you keep your decision even in the worst conditions. Because everyone changed the plan when the plan is not going on. But who is the person who is still in the plan when the things are not going well? So imagine that you want to, like Elon Musk, want to put a rocket in the moon. This is an intention. And what is the character? That he said, okay, I'm not going to the moon. I'm going to another planet. There is a break character. That is the worst case that Elon Musk can do. But in tennis, it's the same. You take a decision because tennis is always taking a decision. And when the decision doesn't go well, you leave the decision. You leave the action. So if you take a decision and you make this action and the action doesn't go, then you change the action. This is the worst case that you can do every time. Normally you do this. But if you do this, you are making the worst mistake that you can make in tennis. Because the best mistake that you can do in tennis is when you have a plan, then you make a mistake and you stay on the plan. This is the thing that you give a value as a player. Because the value of the player is not the way you hit, the way you move, the way you run. It's the way you keep your decision even if you don't have the result. Why? Because you're not playing by the result. You are just playing by your idea, by your decisions. So it means every time that you make a plan, you stay in the plan, even if the plan doesn't go well. Because if you stay in this position, then your character is going to be strong and you as a player is going to get better and you are going to improve because your character improves. The thing is, we have to always to find that our character gets stronger, because when your character gets stronger, you know what happens? That your tennis get moved to front, your tennis improve, your tennis get progress. That's what I was looking for. Because the person is progressing, so the tennis also get progress. Never leave your intention. You have to stay always in the same intention by your character. If you leave your intention, you break your character. So remember, never, when you take a decision, never change the plan, because this one is the worst mistake that you can do in tennis. I hope you like this video and we'll see you soon. Bye.